President Biden's infrastructure bill finally passes in the House of Representatives. Where are we at with the failed vote on the stimulus package from last night? Biden says the recovery has been the most fair in history thanks to him. All this and more in today's update. Hello and welcome to today's November 6th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. On this channel, I keep you up to date on the truth about what's going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, the next stimulus package, money, investing, and much, much more. I just want to take a few seconds to tell my wife, Casey, happy birthday. If you'd like to say happy birthday in the comments below, she reads the comments every day, and I'm sure she would love that. All right, now don't forget to take 20 seconds to go sign up for the giveaway that Casey and I are doing. 20 people are going to win $250 in cash. This is your daily reminder to sign up, and there's no strings attached on what you can use that money for. I just want to get some money into the hands of people here in my YouTube community. All right, now last night, President Joe Biden got his first win in a long time. The bill that passed is the American Jobs Plan, or the Physical Infrastructure Bill, for $1.2 trillion. The vote passed with 228 yeses to 206 nos, with 13 Republicans voting yes to help this bill get across the finish line, and 6 progressive Democrats voting no to continue to try to hold this bill hostage to help them pass the Build Back Better Act, or the stimulus package. Now, the bill passed after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tried for 7 hours to pass the stimulus package. She held multiple failed votes, followed by many long recesses to regroup with her party and try to convince more party members to vote in line with Joe Biden's agenda. However, ultimately, the stimulus package vote failed to pass, and it totally shocked the progressives when Pelosi switched gears and brought the physical infrastructure bill to the floor after sitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk for nearly 90 days. So President Biden was, able to finally get some attention on his package from Nancy Pelosi, and it passed in the House of Representatives. So I want to answer for you, what's in the physical infrastructure bill? How might it help you? And what will happen with the stimulus package going forward? So there's $40 billion for bridges, $11 billion for safety, $39 billion for transit, $66 billion for Amtrak and railways, $7.5 billion for electric vehicle charging stations across the country, $5 billion for clean buses, $17 billion for ports, $25 billion for airports, $50 billion for water resiliency, $55 billion to clean up our water systems, lead pipes, filtration, things like that. $65 billion for upgrading the internet and broadband all across the country, $21 billion for environmental remediation, or cleaning up bad areas of the country, and $73 billion towards clean energy. Now, this bill is supposed to create millions of good-paying jobs, and with projects planned all over the country, it should evenly disperse the $1.2 trillion all over the country over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, if you add up all of the programs that I just shared with you, it only comes to $474.5 billion. So where's the other $725.5 billion going? We don't know. As of right now, it looks like a giant slush fund where future administrations will be able to dip into that money at a later date. Now, close to half of this bill will be paid for using surplus money from President Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package. That money has just been sitting in Washington, D.C. doing nothing, and now Biden wants to inject it into this plan. It was just under $600 billion. We're not sure why Democrats wanted such a large $1.9 trillion package, where now they had over $600 billion in leftover money that has just been sitting in Washington, D.C. To be used at a future date. Now, this bill is mostly paid for, but according to the Congressional Budget Office, it will add around $300 billion to the national debt over the next 10 years. and that's the Congressional Budget Office and independent economic analysts. So it's not quite fully paid for as we were promised. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really, really appreciate when you hit that like button, and I just love bringing you guys the news. All right, now going back to Biden's stimulus package, Pelosi tried for over 7 hours to pass this bill, but could not get any Republican support. And the 20 progressive Democrats, led by Representative Jayapal, refused to even cast a vote. So they basically withheld 20 votes from the Democrat agenda. So my understanding is that next week, this coming week, starting Monday, Democrats will spend the first part of the week revamping some of the stimulus package programs. Now, I don't know what will be added in, what will be taken out, how they'll rearrange numbers. I don't have any of that detail yet. But as soon as I do, I will definitely share that information with you guys. Now, many of you are not happy about how much of the stimulus package goes to help the wealthy compared to the middle class and lower income families as was promised. And I'm not happy about it either. But maybe this coming week, they will make some tweaks where more money goes to the American people and the middle class and lower income families and the vulnerable. But at this point, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I'm just reporting what information I have as of this very moment. Also, Democrats are waiting for the Congressional Budget Office to mathematically show how much Biden's package will really cost. We are being told $1.75 trillion, but Wharton's Business School did an analysis this week and showed it will actually cost closer to $4 trillion. So more than double what we are being told. And without taxing the rich, as we were promised, this bill will not be $0 and will not be fully paid for. It will actually add hundreds of billions of dollars to the national debt. And so because of that, that's why I say they're going to have to revamp and maybe rethink through some things in this coming week. Now, if the SALT tax deductions are taken out, this stimulus package will actually stimulate the rich more than any other group in the country. Now, I know you don't want to hear that, and it brings me no joy to share that with you, but you watch my channel because I share the truth with you about what's going on in Washington, D.C. So if those SALT tax deductions are left in the stimulus package, the wealthy will be stimulated by far more than any other group combined. So I'm hoping that one of the things that they want to look at and revamp is leaving that alone, because not only will it put more money in the pockets of the wealthy, but it takes away money that would be brought in through taxation to help social safety net programs and the most vulnerable in our country. Now, yesterday I asked you to help me reach out to Bernie Sanders, Representative Jayapal, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. I left 3-minute-long messages with Representative Jayapal and Senator Sanders, just blasting them, telling them where I thought they were lying, where I thought they were going wrong, where they could improve, how much a stimulus check would cost for about 25 million people. Now, I don't know if it's going to do any good, but at least I could sleep at night knowing I had made my voice heard. And I'll be calling them again next week, and I hope you will too. You can go to yourbridgeplan.com/Bernie. I've left their contact information and some words on what you might say if you were to get them on the phone or leave them a voicemail. So I would love it if you would join me in getting our voices heard while we still have time. Now, President Biden made a comment that I want to share with you and get your reaction in the comments, because I didn't agree with him, but you might. He said he is proud of how fair the recovery has been because of his policies. He said it's the most fair recovery ever thanks to him and his policies. Now, I respectfully disagree with the president. I've seen the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I've seen a K-shaped recovery that left the most vulnerable more vulnerable than they were before the pandemic, especially those that live on fixed income or are a part of the older generation. So please let me know in the comments below. Is President Biden's recovery the most fair recovery in history, or has this recovery been unfair in your eyes? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love reading your comments. Now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to President Biden. I just don't agree that this has been fair for everybody. All right, now a lot could change this coming week, and of course, I'll be here to report it all to you. Now, I want to be respectful of your time, so I'm not going to add in any other economic news or money ideas or anything like that. So this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Now, before you go, do make sure to get your name in to be one of the winners of the $250 that Casey and I are giving away. There's going to be 20 winners, and I'm hoping to add another 10 or 20 next week. I'm still in negotiation with a couple of big sponsors that want to help out, but we're working through the language of how to give them credit or not give them credit, but still get that money into the pockets of people that watch my YouTube channel. So I'll make sure to leave a link below for that. Now, before you go, I want to remind you that you are amazing. Have a good weekend. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.